What's going on, everybody? Tim with Morphed Out Reptiles, bringing you another video today. We want to appreciate everybody tuning in, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. Today's topic is just going to be a little update. We're about midway through the 2025 season, so I figured it'd be a good time just to touch base with how the season's going so far and everything like that. So if you like this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with everything, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. Alrighty guys, and welcome back. Thanks for tuning back in with us and sticking through it this far. So yeah, basically this little video is going to be just a quick little update. We're further than halfway through the 2025 season, so I figured I would just pop in and just explain how everything is going so far. So as it started in the beginning of the breeding season, I guess you could say, we were kind of hoping to be in the 23 range for clutches this year. As it sits right now, we just got clutch 12 the other day, and we have a few females that are still looking to lay. We have, I think, 5 more that are guaranteed to lay, and a few others that are they could go, but we still haven't had any for sure signs such as ovulations or anything like that. So it pretty much is going to put us right around the 17 to maybe 20. So we're a little bit short on what we projected, which honestly, it's okay. We've actually had a few females that absorbed their follicles, so there's no need to breed them and waste the male's energy. So we had 2 of those this year so far. And then we had another female that she just didn't really want to breed. We couldn't get a successful lock with trying a couple different males, so we're just waiting, giving her a little bit more time to see what happens. And then we also had, unfortunately, one of our males, he ended up stopped eating. He started to lose a little bit of weight, so we ended up having to pull him. He was able to get us 4 clutches that are already 3 are cooking in the incubator and 1 is due to lay here in the next couple weeks. So we're not too mad about that. But the main goal is obviously is to keep our animals healthy. So in those instances, we had to pull that male. So we did lose 2 females for that breeding that could have laid clutches here. We have some males that are going to be coming into the breeding season and breeding size. So I'm really okay with it. We should have a very nice year next year with things that we've held back and are close to breeding size now. So as you guys can tell, this is our ARS wall in the back behind us. These are all of our females. Yellow tags, you can start to see the males, but all of our males have yellow tags. You see a lot of the labels are tilted to the side. So today was feeding day. Even though we're going through and getting our eggs, we have 3 clutches that have hatched out so far from this year. It's still prime time to make sure that everything is eating well and gaining weight, because we have another breeding season. We start breeding in August-ish. So here we are. I think this is the beginning of June. We're already into June, so we don't have too much longer before we start mapping out and sitting down and planning this year's pairings and what we're going to do. Now, honestly, with the females that have laid for us this year, obviously those girls are not included in the next rotation. We usually do, depending on their feeding habits and how they're gaining their weight back and everything like that, we start looking at a female again for breeding probably around 6.5 months, and if she's growing follicles. So that's a big key too. But so most of the girls that laid this year, they'll probably, maybe be in the talks probably around January 2026. So still in that new breeding season, but towards the end of it. So yeah, basically today was feeding day. We have a lot of females that are on food right now. They have good feeding responses. So we've just been stacking, every week, being consistent, making sure we're not missing any meals on any animal that will eat. Unfortunately, we only have about 2, I think 2 or 3 that aren't on eating right now. They kind of are showing signs that they want to breed, so we got to do an ultrasound to see what's going on. And then the other girls, the 5 girls that are due to lay, obviously those girls are not on food because they do have eggs and should be laying here in the next, probably within the next 3 weeks. We should start seeing the last 5 clutches so far. So yeah, I mean, not really too bad of a season so far. Some of our clutches, we did have a surprise happen on clutch one that was unexpected. Honestly, I blame myself because I have to. These are reasons why it's very important to do the research. Start looking, if you're looking into a genetic combo or something that's going to fit your project well, make sure you're doing research on it. Find different options of people that have hatched out that animal if that's something that's available. Because like in our first clutch, we did a pairing, and we're gonna put the video out there, so be sure to be on the watch for the video of clutch one, the reveal once all the animals from that clutch shed out. But basically, one of those animals that we had an extra genetic in there that did not work, so to speak, with the pairing. And of course, we have quite a few examples in that clutch. So that was kind of a bummer. But, you know, honestly, we have a few things that we've already decided to hold back. We got some testing that definitely has to be done this year. So that's a big step, you know, moving forward with certain pairings that we've been doing or planning to do in the future. Testing is going to be a really big thing because we want to make sure that we're taking our projects and our goals in the right direction and not holding back stuff that doesn't fit what we plan to do. Um, but yeah, overall, everybody's been eating good. The females that have laid clutches this year, all of them are back on food, so that is always a plus for girls that lay clutches. They've gotten back on food very quickly. Within, you know, the first 5 days after laying a clutch, we try to offer a food, and every one of them has had multiple meals so far. So really excited about that. The males are doing very well. We still have a few pairings that are going on. So we have a few boys that are still in breeding rotations, trying to finish out a few girls that we really would like to go this year, which those are the ones who could bump our clutch numbers up over 20 this year. So not holding our breath, but if it happens, it happens. So, but yeah, now is the time that we really start solidifying as our clutches hatch out. We're looking for what we're hitting in our goals, but at the same time, we're also going to start looking at what is becoming ready for breeding season for the upcoming. Overall, very happy with how the season's going so far. We got some clutches. June's going to be a very busy month for us. From the mid-June, I think it's like the 8th or the 9th, until I think the 25th, we have, I think, 6 clutches due to hatch in that span. So it's going to be a very busy month for us with stuff hatching out and seeing more. You know, that's 6 clutches of what we're going to be able to, you know, see what odds we got for the year and what babies came out of those clutches. And I'm excited to share all the clutches that once they shed out with you guys. That's another thing that we switched up this year. Normally, I was letting our animals shed out in the actual egg box in the incubator, and once every animal in the clutch shed, we pull it out, do a quick photo and little quick video of them in the egg box, and then put them away. This year we did a little bit different because there are a couple clutches that we really want to shed test, and I want to get the quickest jump on that as possible. And what quicker jump than having the first shed that they have and getting that sent out to get tested immediately. So basically what we're doing this year is once the clutches come out of the eggs, we actually take them, put them in their own separate bins. We mark down the clutch number and what the sex is at the time before they have their first shed. Put them all away individually. That way, when they have their first shed, we can save that, write it down, and get that sent out as soon as possible. Now, once every animal in each clutch sheds out and we have that stuff, we're going to start doing our videos and releasing it out to you guys to show you what the odds were, go through and see, pretty much put our brain to the test, and get your guys' opinion on IDing and pretty much what we hit in each clutch. And then there are a few clutches that we're going to probably wait until we get our results. So that way we can go over the results with you guys on basically this is what we could have in the clutch, and then test results showing this is what we actually ended up with. I think that's going to be a good breakdown to show the different variables in that. So basically, yeah, as you guys can see, this is our baby wall behind us. Basically, we had this wall emptied. We had 2 or 3 animals in there for the last couple months. Now it's starting to get full. We actually have moved some stuff around, so we actually have a straight eight tubs per level. And pretty much when it comes hatchling season, our oldest stuff always starts at the left at the top, and then basically we're going to go through and do every clutch in a row, going from left to right. That's just the way that I chose to do it. It's the easiest for me. And I like it because basically, as long as we don't get more than 8 eggs, we can have a whole clutch in a row, which is pretty cool, especially when it comes time to feeding. We can just open up the whole clutch as tubs and then drop our food in. So basically, yeah, our first clutch is the first shelf over. Clutch 2 is up there. We're already writing down what kind of testing we need to get done and how many tests so that we can pretty much go ahead and get in touch with Charlie and try to do a bulk order with him, because that's going to be the easiest, because we do have quite a few animals this year that we plan on testing. So easier just to get it out the way and send them when we can. But yeah, so as you guys can see, the baby rack's starting to fill up, so we're very excited about that. Like I said, over the next month, we'll probably have the first set of racks filled, which basically, if you can see, our racks split here. So it's each stack is actually 2 individual racks, and we have a thermostat to where every rack is on its own thermostat. So it helps me out keep temperatures and everything good. Our bottom tub is not any far off than the temperature of the top tub. We made that apparent. So it's going to be good. Yeah, so in the next 30 days, the first set, all of those tubs should be filled up. Basically, right now, guys, we're at 80 eggs for the season. We just pulled clutch 12, 80 eggs. So we plan to hatch out a lot of babies. As I showed in some of our other videos, when we go over the baby wall, this right now, I believe, is able to hold like around 120 V18 tubs. So we're pretty good. We're at 80. We're getting close to that mark. So it's time for us to start looking into pulling out some of our the tubs, the FB5 tubs, so that we can do 3 across versus 2. But again, we have that option if we get overloaded with babies, which is pretty good. So again, guys, these are all females, so most of our stuff will be breeding this coming season, towards the August time frame. We should hopefully we get some cooler temps rolling in around there. We're here in Maryland, so most of the time it is pretty cooler in the August times. So that'll be when we're starting to breed for our next set of eggs, going into 2026. Very excited. Again, we have a lot of clutches hatching this month, so be sure to keep an eye out on the channel, because we're going to be bringing that stuff to you as it hatches out and sheds and everything like that. Excited to get down and start hatching the majority of our clutches out this year to see how the season is going to pan out. So we appreciate you tuning in. Again, this is just a little update that I figured I'd pop in and explain how everything's going. If you guys ever have any questions, be sure to hit us up in the comments. We want to talk to each and every one of you guys that are checking out our videos, and see how your seasons are going. Maybe we can swap ideas and pretty much learn from each other. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.